Time to get ready for the Larry and Needle Show. Larry and Needles. Kiki and Mary. Larry and Needles Show. All right, everybody, welcome to the Larry and Needles Show. I'm Larry.
I'm Needles.
We got Kiki with us
As
you
usual,
can see.
de facto third mic, and a special guest.
Very special day
My
today.
lawyer.
My wife, very nice. She doesn't want to ruin her life, so she's not going to be seen on camera, but we will hear her voice. Mary, my wife, Mary.
You. I mean, we all know that.
And our kitty.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hi.
So distracted just by the cat.
Kitty was saying
Very
too.
silly.
She's so
She's like, what's going on down here? I want to be down here too.
Yeah, that's all right. So we're gonna
Hi,
have another
Harmony.
3 episodes in 3 days, 2 days actually. So
Yeah.
we'll see how things go today. How's everyone doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great.
Yeah, we took a nice ride today.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, nice to go down to the city. Took about an hour back
Yeah.
and forth. I love
0 degrees out.
it. Yeah, I mean, come on. It couldn't
Minus
get any worse.
9,
Couldn't
but-
get any worse, could it?
Oh man.
It's nothing like what they're doing to the people at the Caucasus, though, with the HARP weather machine, you know.
Do you think it's harps behind it?
Well, I don't know who's behind it, but I know HARP is the
I mean, I thought the Jews
mechanism they
control the
use.
weather.
I don't know who's controlling the HARP machine, but somebody is.
Someone's at the helm, right?
Yes,
I
somebody
mean,
is at the helm, and
It's not us.
definitely not us.
But I mean,
Yeah,
they're
they
just gonna
didn't
tell
ask
us.
me.
Well, they didn't.
I just want to say to our listeners, if Larry was at the helm, you would all have the best weather you could
88
possibly
degrees
want.
out all day long.
Every day. All day long. Nighttime, too.
Nighttime also?
Oh, yeah.
Should we start with something funny right off the bat?
Yeah, it never cools down in Larry Land. You should know that.
No, man, it's always hot, hot, hot. You're like Buster Poindexter.
That's right.
So there's this lady. I was reading this. I didn't. There's so much craziness going on in this world. This woman who lives as a full-time baby in England.
What do you mean full time baby? Like
She lives like
Goo
a
Goo
full-time
Gaga
baby. Yeah,
baby?
like she acts like a baby.
boy.
The best is in England. They call diapers nappies.
Yeah. Hey, Mary.
She spends.
You got to pay attention to the stories so you
Okay.
can
Well,
interject.
she
I am.
That's fine. So
You're looking at your phone.
$230, 230 pounds a month on nappies, on diapers,
Wow.
and she
Wait a
films her.
minute. So she soils her nappies?
Yes, and she does this for people to pay her.
And the 230 pounds is more money in it's be more
British.
dollars.
Yeah,
yes.
so it equals out to about $300 American.
Okay.
So she's a content creator. Shout out to
course.
Paigey Miller, which sounds creepy as heck, doesn't it? I mean, Paigey.
What does she look like?
She looks like this. She's
She
little
looks like
cutie
a
patootie.
baby.
She's not too bad.
She looks like a baby.
But you hit the picture, you can look at it better. But so basically, this lady is making content
And
for
she
adults
does
that she's
fellatio
pretending.
on giant-sized bottles like that. So,
Okay, I don't know about that.
well, that's what I'm seeing.
Well, it looks
I mean,
like she's just drinking out of a bottle.
To me, it looks like
But
she's.
there's actually people that are into this. Isn't that disturbing?
Yeah.
Can you even show that?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
somebody
she's-
crapping in her nappies?
She sleeps in a crib.
Mary, remember when we
It's
were
wild.
laughing our asses off? One of those daily talk shows had the full-grown men that were in giant high chairs and dressed as babies. And do you remember that?
Yeah, there's a whole fixation and
Yes,
fascination
I
with
think it's
that. It's a
ridiculous.
fetish. I can't remember what it's
I
called.
mean, if you
but,
can think, if you
Very
can think it
weird,
up,
creepy.
there's
Oh,
a small
it's already
percentage of
been
the
done.
world that is into it.
yeah, I mean, there's
You
vast
catch- yeah.
amounts of perverts out there.
Yeah,
and the
and with-
internet just intertwines
Right,
them.
with the magic of the internet.
Puts them
The
together.
magic of the internet. I don't know about that. That's the
Well,
worst
I
thing
mean,
that ever happened to us.
that's
That's going
how-
to be the decline of society right there.
That's how guys like you find those sites.
I don't find these sites. I do not search them.
They come
out.
to you.
Yes, they actually do. My friends send them to me.
Well, no,
Oh,
not
man.
it's like in his feed. It's the
Your
algorithm.
algorithm.
Yeah.
What was
The
it called, Larry?
algorithm- The logarithm.
The logarithm.
I almost said that.
I mean,
I know,
he's rubbing
Once you
off
look
on me.
up, once you start looking up weird shit, your logarithm starts feeding you more weird shit, and it gets weirder and weirder. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, we could have tried to stop swearing for a couple minutes, but that's okay.
Oh,
So she basically just makes
Sorry.
content for people to watch her sleep in a crib, and
Wow.
then somebody
It's a-
changes her.
I get the whole like sleeping in the crib and changing.
I don't get that at all.
Well,
That's
but
kinda
well, I
weird.
mean, I can get how people are into that stuff, but like the whole wetting their nappies or whatever. What are
Yeah,
they
wetting
called?
her nappies using a diaper to.
Yeah, that thing. I don't. That's.
I mean, if we call, I mean, it's really weird how society
It's
has come to
filthy.
this point. Yes, it's very
Yeah, I
filthy.
mean-
It's
I mean,
fucking filthy.
I mean,
Stupid.
yes.
It's
Kind of
gross.
like you guys.
No, I don't know about
Could
that.
you
I'm
speak
clean
up
on
over
that
there,
aspect.
miss?
I just said it's stupid. It's
Okay.
Well,
It's strange.
it is very fucking
it's a
stupid.
fetish. That's
mean-
what, man, you're just firing off, aren't you?
Well, I'm agreeing with Mary. I mean, to piss and shit in a diaper
That's
is
where I draw
fucking
the line.
stupid.
Yeah.
If you can use a toilet and you know how and you're doing that, then something's definitely
I've seen
mentally
videos
off.
of cats and dogs using toilets, and these people can't do it.
Yeah.
But then, so I'm thinking, like, remember they had that thing about where they were going to try to they were going to give pedophiles actual dolls of children.
Oh,
Do you remember that?
no.
no.
Okay, so
God.
There
To
was this
lure them
company-
into like a dungeon to burn them
well,
or
no,
something?
because what they wanted to do was they said that, well, if we give them this doll, then they won't act out on their fantasies.
Oh,
Yeah.
bullshit.
You know what I mean?
That
Well,
makes
I know,
sense.
I'm just telling you this
Yeah.
is what's going on.
Is this
I can't-
another good government-funded plan?
Yeah, well, I don't think it was the
that we're
United
doing
States,
in like Peru or
because
something?
the way that the other countries treat pedophiles is completely different how we do it here.
Well, here's the thing, because the people
Yeah.
in charge of the laws here are fucking pedophiles.
Okay.
They're a bunch of pedophiles.
Oh, that's been proven. The Franklin scandal. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein.
yeah.
I mean, we're right in. I mean, we are dead smack right in the center of a huge pedophile
But
ring going on.
let's get
right
back
now.
to the story before this, because I wanted not to mention our cats not only use the toilet, but they use the bidet. So
Okay.
they're very, very sophisticated and well mannered.
They're Japanese cats.
Very honorable.
So, is the internet good for stuff like this, or does it perpetuate a cycle of people acting out their fantasies and then
Well, here's
not being able? You know what I mean? So they get content, but then they actually
what I
have
think,
to get
though, is it
down to
perverts
hard
you
facts.
further because it's so easy to get, and then that becomes nothing because you're jaded and you know. Whereas before, you know, back in my day, you'd have a couple girls in school in your wank bank. You didn't have any fucking computers or whatnot, you know.
No.
And it was a lot more
You said printed
exciting
magazines
when
and stuff.
JCPenney
VCRs, maybe.
Nowadays, they're getting inundated with the stuff, and it just makes it just so gross.
Well,
Desensitizes you
Yes.
to everything.
It's that whole cycle of like, this is what people think this is what women want, or people think this is what men want. You know, they want a big butt, they want big boobs, they want big lips. Like I said, I've been looking at those webcams, and some of these women are grotesque with the size of the boobs they
Yes,
get and
yes.
lips that they get and the injections and the way that they manipulate their body because they think that that's
Yeah.
what men want.
Can you say overboard? And here's the other weird part about it is all these chicks nowadays, like the so-called hot ones on TV or the models, all have that same puffed out lip, like they just got hit with a boxing glove or something in the women's world.
Like duck
boxing
lips,
match.
sort
Yeah,
of. Like
and
they
it's
have-
like
they get injections,
pretty
collagen,
soon they
and stuff
all
like that.
look exactly alike, and then
Well-
there's no mystique or variety, and then all of a sudden it'll turn back around to the average chick is going to be the one that's sought after in the future. I don't know how long into the future.
Well, it's just like with clothing. It's all cyclical. Like, you know, chicks are wearing this, now they're back to baggy clothes, and you know what
Yeah.
I mean, like dressing like the '90s.
But the
did.
truth
The
of it
mom
is,
jeans.
yeah, mom jeans and stuff
natural
like
natural is always the best, and all that plastic surgery is just fake shit, and their personality is usually reflected because they're so
They're dead
vain.
inside.
They're so vain.
that. You know, they're dead inside. Also,
Yeah.
I mean, these chicks sit in front of a camera all day, and they're trying to entice men to spend money on them,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Working well.
well, I mean, it does because
Oh.
it's at your fingertips now.
Best thing, we were watching Jimmy Fallon. He's got this little comedy show on Saturday now on Fox. And Emily Capano said, just what you said, Needles. Start an OnlyFans page with your feet, she told some guy.
Yeah, and the problem is that everybody thinks that they're going to make money off of this, but the
No.
amount of money that they make, the top 1% makes like $500. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
not that much money to be
To
made. because
totally degrade
it's-
yourself
Well, it's
beyond all get out.
oversaturated. The market is completely oversaturated. Just like with music, we were talking about that with
Yeah.
AI. Like, there's no. I mean. Okay, so you could. I mean, there's a whole thrilling thing of seeing your neighbor naked, maybe, or doing stuff like that. But then it just becomes, you know, it's old hat.
With the music, the thing is, the true music fans will always want the music with the soul, written by real people with feeling and feeling in every note. And then the song, the people that are the fan of the hit song, they will suck up the AI songs like like it's hotcakes, man.
But
They
you won't even notice, though. That's the problem. Like,
They
they're
won't
gonna
even
throw
notice.
this. They're going to throw it in there, and they're like, "Oh, the radio plays it,
It's
and it's in the
already
top
being- yeah, it's
100,"
already
and you
being
don't
done,
even
I'm sure.
realize it. You know, it's like nobody's just like we were talking about those AI models.
The Red
that
Hot
are
Chili
making-
Peppers will come out with an AI album.
Well, everybody will eventually.
not
it's
me,
gonna
baby.
Society is.
Well, but you might not even
idiots.
have a chance because AI is working against everybody right now. It's creating a profile on everybody. It's
I wouldn't do it
it's
if I did
banking.
have the chance, man. That defeats the whole fun of.
Because you have to think,
doing
like,
it.
when we do our transcripts for our show, it goes through AI. So they're already banking.
Well, that's a
you know what I
lot
mean?
different than having it write music and words to a song for you, or a riff. I mean, you want to have, it's like saying an artist, instead of getting artwork painted by a person, just from now on, AI does all the
And
paintings.
it has been. There's AI art, there's AI books.
But is there value to that, or is there any worth? I mean,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
someone created
society
it.
are idiots, and they think it's done by somebody else, so they buy it. They don't care. They're
man,
idiots.
There's
that
always
is-
going to
that
be
is-
people trying to make money off of something, right? And what's the best way to do it? Sex sells.
Yeah.
You know? We were
But
just-
there's so much of it, and it's so oversaturated.
And it's
but
free.
that it sells. But who's gonna? There's
There's-
so many people on the market that there's so little of the pie that they get. It's not like in the old days in the '70s where there was 10 porn star guys and 20 chicks, and they all were in every movie, and they fucking made bank. Now there's every single thing you see is someone you never saw before, and there's a million of them.
you have to follow, you get fans.
Nobody's making any money.
Oh.
And it's hard to get fans because it's oversaturated.
Well, it depends. You have to have a niche market. Like if you're a
Or
celebrity.
be some kind of freak.
Well,
or
that's
Well-
where, like this broad, she's going to the extreme.
yeah, she's definitely taking it
She's
to the
wetting her
extreme on
nippers
that.
or whatever you
And
call
then-
them.
she already
Oh,
did. She
nappies.
probably ran.
Nappies.
She already ran the gamut on OnlyFans with the other stuff, and now she's like, okay, I need an angle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
bet.
is
Yeah,
what works.
I bet 6 months ago she was probably just doing normal, regular stuff.
Yes.
But
Now
imagine the
she's
creeps,
banking.
and then you have to interact with these creeps. Like, oh man.
But you
like,
don't have to meet them.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying you still have to talk to them. That's the other problem that people don't realize is you just don't start an OnlyFans. You have to interact with these people also
Nah,
to
see,
make
they
them.
hire people, and
Well,
they
they-
hire teams to interact.
which is
some
even-
some Indian guys are sitting there
But
interacting.
somebody's
with some
still
oth-
doing it
with some
though.
other Indian
You know what I mean?
guys.
Like
They
somebody's
don't
still
realize.
interacting, which is even
Yeah.
crazier when you think of that.
You just pay some Indian guy. Ooh, playboy.
A couple rupees to do everything. That's all right though.
No, dude, no, it's
Um,
two guys next to each other are talking to each other.
No,
Mary
sex-
wouldn't let me do my OnlyFans thing when I wanted to start it.
The foot fetish.
Yeah.
She wouldn't. And you got some nasty feet too. let
Dude,
me tell
I
you.
could be a fucking foot model.
No,
what are you
could
talking
not.
about?
Maybe in the Flintstones era. Looks like you've been stopping
Si-
cars with those things.
Size 13, fucking
Mm-hmm.
smooth, no bunions or great.
Size 13.
Oh,
My
it's
wife
gonna
is
go.
getting-
Here it
yeah,
goes.
this
Now
is-
it's gonna go through the computer.
So
It's
everybody
linked up.
So everybody on the internet knows before we started this and turned the mics on, my wife would not shut up. I'm like, man, we got to get you on the podcast. Now she's staring at her phone. You can't see her because, like I said, she doesn't want to ruin her life or reputation by getting seen. But thanks, Mary, for being such an awesome guest.
Well, I
all
was
right, though.
listening to the conversation, and I don't have much to add.
Okay, not yet. So here we'll go. We'll give her something to add to then. How's this? So Disease X. All right. The World Economic Forum to plan response to whatever big pandemic is next.
Yeah.
So they're putting all their chips on another big pandemic.
yes.
Right, Mary?
Imagine
Yes.
I mean,
that.
this unknown, they're saying it could kill 20 times more people than the recent, what do you call it? A beer virus.
And I
Yeah.
wonder how they
So-
spread it.
What's
around.
that?
You know, I wonder
Cerveza virus.
how it gets out.
Well, I mean, they're gonna, just like before we had to figure it out, they're just keep on sending people over here. All they have to do is infect one person with it, right? And they'll just spread like wildfire.
But what were they talking about? The Olympics?
Well, the Olympics were one of them. Also, I mean,
Right, with,
sporting events. They're saying.
fluids.
I mean, it's all hypothetical, right? These people are just coming up with theories that.
Not really. I mean,
No. Well,
Well,
they
they're
had
giving
that.
us the groundwork and the playbook for everything, and eventually it's gonna happen.
That's
They
how-
had that
But-
SPARS playbook before it ever happened,
Yeah,
and that was
SARS.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
SARS, and it came out
and
basically to
and
the
again,
T.
like me and you were talking in the green room, Kiki. that's their way to get around the karma is they tell you they're going to do it, and that way they feel like if you fall for
Indirectly,
it, you're
yep.
a fool. So now it's not on them anymore.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah,
wipe their hands
exactly.
clean of it.
We
Yes.
warned you.
Yeah, we sort of.
You just didn't
we
listen.
wrote a movie about it, and
Yeah.
you guys all watched it. Now you're all cool.
They'll
with
think
it.
of a million ways to get around God. These
So,
people,
I mean-
these godless. You know what I'm
Well,
talking about.
these people are working on these things all day long. Scientists and stuff like that. Like they're just mutating viruses, and they're telling you that okay, this might happen if this leaks from a place again. You know.
What a sad thing is, our tax
It's
dollars
so
are paying
dangerous.
for it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
is.
and the WHO is completely perpetuating another cycle of this. They're all tied hand in hand. It's like Hands Across America with these people, you know? It's just a big circle of these guys that...
And they should realize that they can't contain it. It's going to affect them, too.
Right.
Well, and that's the problem. They just don't care. That's how narcissists
Well,
they
they're in
are.
their own worlds. They're
Yeah,
in their own
they are,
islands.
but...
They're going to be on their yachts. They know it or something. Who
Yeah,
knows?
they'll
And
know
maybe
how to get
They
away from
disappear
it.
for a little bit.
But you'd think that, right, Mary? Like it's
That
going
will
to get
come back to them.
yes,
Yeah.
as it should.
Well, just like
Yeah.
with we were talking about with AI and stuff, how you just let it into your house and how all these people are pushing for it.
Oh, I saw a real interesting thing. Did you send me that? They said on the Samsung phones, when you take a picture of the moon,
Oh, we were watching that earlier, yeah.
that it replaces the so-called picture of the moon with an AI image.
No,
That's-
If you take a picture of a circle,
Any,
a white
well, no,
circle,
but when people take a
Yeah.
picture of the moon and they're going, "Oh, look at how sharp it is," it's not even a picture; it's
it's
an
AI
AI
generated.
replacement.
Yeah, it's AI generated.
This guy did an experiment where he took a white circle, taped it on his wall, took a picture of it. It filled in the moon, even though it was in his house on the wall.
Because it figured you were taking a picture of the moon, and it just
Yes.
wanted to be like the best camera ever. So it's giving you a bullshit picture.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just
Yeah.
once I mean, it's all.
So it's lying to you every time you take a picture?
Yes,
Yes.
it uploads
Every
the
time
image
you
no
take-
matter what. So.
Every time you take a picture of the moon, it loads in its AI artist rendering.
Yeah, it just
of the
has a
moon.
picture of it already, a stock photo.
So it
let's
looks
say.
like it's getting a crazy, intense, zoom, detailed picture of the moon when
In
it's bullshit.
actuality,
It's all the
It's
same
all-
from
Yeah.
every state to every country,
It's a
which is
digital
pretty crazy.
replacement circle that goes over the circle in your picture.
It's another way that they're lying
automatically.
to us.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, well, they lie to us every day. The thing I want to talk about is what do you call it? The World's Fair. That was
Oh, you're
pretty
talking about the old
interesting.
school stuff back in the
Oh,
day.
Yeah, the
man.
World's Fair today. We were looking at some stuff
How
about the World's Fair
St.
today.
Why do
Louis,
they hide all that
Chicago,
stuff like-
and how,
Right.
like in St. Louis, they built this incredible thing. They knocked it down 2 days after the fair. It's one building.
They called
in-
they called the demolition crew in from Chicago, and they blew it up with dynamite.
Yeah, how about this? They built that one building in 53 days. The thing was like 40,000 square meter building.
It was crazy. It
in
had
53
canals
days.
in front of it in Chicago. Yeah, 52 days, and then they just got rid of it like it was nobody's business.
The
Isn't
thing-
that how they released electricity too? Was
Well,
it
yeah,
in Chicago?
and they
Well-
also had the first these people
It
never
sounds
seen.
like bullshit, you know.
Well, they have pictures
all
of
be
everything
lies?
though.
Could it be lies? I don't know. And the thing is, they said they had more electric lights at
Definitely
this
could be.
thing than all of New York City combined at the time. And they had moving sidewalks and all these different attractions. And then they
Why
just
did they
knock it
wipe it
down.
all away,
and they
right?
built it in less than 2 years.
Yeah, the whole thing.
They said that they had solid gold
Statues.
statues of
Right.
women
Well, they're speculating
speculating.
that they had that, and then how
Yeah,
about
nobody
that,
was
the
testing
statue
that
with
thing, yeah.
500,000 light bulbs in it?
Oh yeah, the statue at the top of
You
the
wonder
Tesla.
why they don't want anybody to know that happened. Like it's like they wiped
Well,
it
it's like a
away.
Mandela effect sort of thing. Like, okay, it might have happened, it might not have happened. We're going to tell you what this might be true, this might
Well,
not.
but the
be
fair
true.
though, it was for the rich of the rich of the rich, wasn't it?
Well, they had.
It wasn't just
it was
for
for
the
the
Well, I
people.
think you could
It was
walk
for
in
the
for
Yeah, it was
free.
for the people.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't know if they made any money off of
Well,
it.
they might have had some money-making side attractions, but for the rich. But for the most part, you could walk and enjoy the architecture and walk around. And
Yeah, they were saying in Chicago they had
No.
to drive in these 10,000 wooden stakes, like meters deep,
till they hit some solid ground
To
because it was
hold
a
these
swamp where they
buildings up.
built it.
And then now there's no remnants of anything.
What
Like,
did they
threw
say?
it all in the landfill.
700 acres worth of buildings in less than 2 years.
Yeah,
man.
which is crazy.
700 acres.
And they show the inside
Yeah,
and the outside. I mean, these people had to be working 24 hours a day.
Wait, isn't there
It's
a
like-
book about this?
And then why
There
would
probably
they
is, yeah.
wipe it all clean and not let
That's-
anybody know about
That's
it?
the weird thing. Like, you would think that they would want to keep this.
Or like you would find like a book where people wrote about here's what really happened. Like
Right.
Well, but they said that the crews came in and just destroyed it with dynamite. Like, blew it all up for no
And of
apparent
course-
reason and put it into a landfill.
What years was this?
This is like, one of them was 1888. The one in Chicago was 1901 or something.
like that. Yeah, I think
the
that.
one in St. Louis was like 1905 or 4. Every so many years they did, and they did them all over the
world.
place.
And this one was,
Yeah.
and the one
do
in,
remember, like, in
which
Paris
one was
or
it? The one in
something.
St. Louis
Paris,
was all
that
based
was the
on
one they
Tesla.
did in 52 days. The Paris one.
Well, then they keep on saying, they're like, how did they get this electricity from Buffalo, from the what's that? The
Niagara
the
Falls.
to Buffalo. Like,
Well, to
That's-
Buffalo, that's kind of close to Niagara
yeah, but
Falls.
still,
they didn't
though, I
have
mean, they were using
wires.
DC
Yeah, back in the day.
Well, they were using DC electricity too, so
Tesla
you had
did
the
it.
substations all over.
No,
the place.
No, they weren't. They could. They probably do
Tesla
AC
was
if they're
AC.
doing
Well, it
that,
was
right?
all about Tesla. No, Tesla was DC.
No, Tesla was AC.
Was he
Edison
AC?
was,
Edison was
Edison
DC.
was
Yeah.
DC.
You sure?
No,
Yes.
100%. I know that for sure.
Okay.
No, Edison, because he was the fraud.
Because I remember when they shocked the
Elephant?
elephant. Yeah. Okay. So
And he used
Well, they were
AC
try- they were-
to
they were-
try
they were
and
trying
say
to
that
show-
Westinghouse company
yeah, it
is
was
bad.
Yeah.
how bad
It's
it was. That
dangerous.
it would kill
Yeah.
you. Okay.
That's the dangerous company. Don't go with them, but really, that's
Yeah.
the one you want. In
Oh.
case you need to electric shock an elephant to death.
I fell
or
asleep
something.
to a Tesla program last night. I don't know why.
Did you really?
Nice.
I mean,
But I do remember, as an electrician, I do remember Edison was DC.
Yeah. They have a shirt that says ACDC, like the band logo, and then under or above each side,
This is Tesla.
AC is Tesla and DC it shows Edison.
Edison, yeah.
Yeah, like a face. Chris wanted that so bad.
Yeah, that is cool.
what do you call it?
I'm pro Tesla.
Me too. He was a cool guy. But, there's probably something weird and freaky about him that we don't know, that they're not telling
Well,
us.
he was. I mean, first of all, he gave up all his patents. He didn't make any money off of all
No.
that stuff. He died broke.
He was a true artist.
Everybody really
Yeah.
pushed him away. I mean, Edison kind of just took over. I wish
They
I.
made the money.
Well, but he was giving all of his crap away for free, and then the government
Well, at one
realized.
point, Tesla had to work for Edison.
Oh, yeah.
He actually literally worked
Uh-huh.
for him. And, of
Yeah.
course, Edison
He was
ripped
very
off
jealous
a
of
lot
him.
of his
Yeah.
patents and such.
But
Well,
that's just how-
Tesla was working for him, so technically
He owned
they
it.
were Edison's. But
Like the guy that
but then
created
Tesla
the
left.
Zenith TV changer was working for a company around here and the Motorola factory.
The clicker, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
that's how that
and
stuff
he only
works,
got
though,
like
you know?
$100 bonus, and the company
Yeah.
took the
Well, I
well, you think, but that's what they're getting paid for.
yeah.
They're getting paid a lot of
didn't
money
Tesla
to
make
figure
that?
things
He
out.
was
Remote
he was trying to
control?
do like that transmission.
What's that?
He-
Remote control.
Yes, the remote
Yeah,
control.
Yeah, the
what do you
clicker.
call- the is it infrared, right?
I think that's what it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what exactly the name of the technology
It's
is,
cool.
but
It's cool with Mary off screen. It's like we have
Can I hit that?
it's like
A
we have
little
a
voice comes
producer.
in.
Yeah, the
She's
little-
sitting in a
God-like,
hot
sort
tub
of.
relaxing.
what do you call it? But didn't Tesla build that huge coil? Where was that in New
Colorado.
York or something?
Colorado.
Was it Colorado?
He did one in Colorado and he did one in upstate New York too.
Yeah, where he was trying to like send signals back and forth. Because it wasn't like Marconi. with
But
the
what
radio,
happened was
but-
is he ran out of money.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
his
why
funding
Tesla.
was- his
yeah,
funding
the
was
people
cut
lost
short.
faith in him because a couple of things didn't work out like he thought, and then people don't have the foresight. Just like Bugsy Siegel in Vegas, they killed him for using too much money in the Flamingo Hotel. They didn't have the foresight to see how fucking banging it was
Yeah.
going to be, and then Vegas blew up because
Yeah.
in the beginning. They're
The
like,
desert.
who the fuck is going to come out here?
Yeah.
Because Vegas was built as a town for the people to live that were working on Hoover Dam, which was called Boulder Dam in the beginning until they renamed it after Herbert Hoover,
Well, then the
That's
mafia
another,
realized
that's
that they
another
could,
great documentary. Sorry, the
Yeah,
Hoover
sorry.
Dam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
all the
that's-
people that died in that
Well,
are
just the
buried
way
in
it
there
was
still.
built back in the day.
The amount of concrete,
Yeah, the amount of
and how
concrete
they
that
did
they
it,
used.
and just
Oh,
yeah.
crazy.
But getting back to Vegas, once the mafia realized that they could launder money and they can control it, then they definitely took advantage of it.
Yeah.
It was
Is that-
desolate.
think
It's your
someone's
phone upstairs,
upstairs.
man.
Fuck,
It's just,
man.
That's all right. Do you
The
want? I'll
mount.
shut it off.
Yeah, could you, I'm sorry, Needles.
All right, dude.
Needles is closer to the
The
stairs.
Mount
Turn it
Rushmore
off,
documentary
Needles.
was good.
Oh yeah, me and Mary just watched a documentary about Mount Rushmore, how they did it, and how, as he would find flaws in the rock and not be able to do the face where he wanted, he would have to keep making these miniature sculptures
Oh, to like reshape it.
so he knows what it's going to look
Look
like
like-
on the mountain. They just don't go willy nilly. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, this guy is fucking.
I mean, talking about brilliant minds that can just.
Oh,
How
yeah.
could they do
How
that?
you figure that
That's
stuff
amazing.
so
out.
great.
I've never seen Mount Rushmore.
Me
I
either.
want to drive
Me
by and
either.
take a look, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's
The
amazing.
We're
detail and the stuff that they did
So,
on that. There's supposed to
hey,
be secret passages
I got a
in there,
good,
too.
I got a
Yeah.
good
Well,
family.
according to what's his name,
I got a
Nicolas
good
Cage.
childhood family vacation about Mount Rushmore. So we're driving across the country. We would go drive to our aunt and uncle, Uncle Pete and Aunt Wendy in California every year. And one time we decided to go, this route. We'll look at some sightseeing. We get to Mount Rushmore, and it's a day where the fog, it's just so socked in, you can't even see the mountain. You're on the observation deck,
Yeah, you can't
and you
see
can't
it.
even see it. So now my mom is already pissed off because we lost one of her pillows at a hotel somewhere because she had some pillows she liked. And she's already a little pissed off at my dad. And now because we cannot see Mount Rushmore, she's fucking taking it out on him. And like it's his fault that the weather is fucked,
Yeah, back to Harvey.
And she's, yeah. And she's also, a little pissed off at me and my brother because we were acting
You
up.
lost the
and-
Because you guys are angels.
Yeah, let me tell you.
But I went to Mount Rushmore, but I did not see it. But me and my wife, very nice. We're going there, right, Dal?
We should go.
We're
I
definitely.
would like to see it.
So would I.
I mean,
feel-
it's got a 8-hour cruise or something.
yeah, it's
we
really
can
not
take
that
our
far.
show on the road.
It's funny how we just robbed
Ooh.
Indian land and just built that on their land. Like, here's another slap in the face to the Indians.
We could go.
Like, we're going to build all the presidents that literally took all your land away from
All
you.
these guys that fucked you over, we're going to make a huge monument
They should have
right on
built
your
a
reservation.
casino there. Why not? Mount Rushmore Casino.
Hey,
That'd be a good
Enter
idea.
through George Washington's nose.
All right, so I'll do the first guess the race of the case. All right.
Okay, let me
Right.
explain to Mary. This is where he says a crime, and then we guess.
you guessed the race of the case.
Guess the
Okay.
race of the person that did the crime.
Okay.
All right. So everybody's favorite game.
And
guess the
Larry's
race of
Larry's
the
pretty
case.
good at this.
Yeah, because he thinks it out. That's funny. So,
I'm pretty shitty.
Florida man charged with battery after throwing Subway sandwich at employee.
Florida man.
Charged with battery after throwing a Subway sandwich at employee. Man, this can go so many ways.
Man,
Oh.
no.
Florida man charged
Florida's
with battery
usually
after throwing Subway sandwich at employee.
I mean, right off my first thought is that's a white trash move.
I was thinking white.
Yeah. But
But
there's
But
lots
then
of
there's
different colored
also-
trash that'll do
A lot of
that.
Yeah.
people
There's a
down
lot
there,
of different.
a lot of short fuses on a lot of different colors.
There's a lot of South Americans.
Yes.
There's Cubans.
Yes.
African
I
Americans.
don't see like Mexicans going in for sandwiches. Though.
Right.
No,
that's
they're
true.
more. I mean,
It's like a black or white thing. Whites are usually a lot of
I'm gonna
sandwich
say
eaters.
white.
you could say
Whites are
white.
sandwich eaters.
Kiki.
I gotta try to think this out like Larry would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I gotta
kind of,
try to.
A lot of variables here. This is
I
a
kind
good
of think
one.
it's a white guy too.
Yeah, because they're more sandwich eaters.
Yeah.
Well, what's
I
your
think
guess?
Who
I think
goes
a
to
black guy
Subway?
would have been getting like a grape fucking pop and.
Well, this is a sandwich. He didn't say anything else about that.
Yeah, but
Here's
he
a
would have
sandwich,
he would have
Larry.
got the grape pop and like Doritos. He wouldn't even mess around with the sandwich.
That's half the meal, though. You need the sandwich to complete
Yeah,
the
I'm
meal.
gonna go with white person.
You gonna go with white, Mary,
White.
Larry,
Yeah.
white. You're all wrong. Alberto de Barros.
What is he, Cuban? or something?
54. I mean, yeah, he looks like he's Cuban. De Barros is Hispanic to some extent, I would think. It
Yeah,
wasn't
to
cut in
some
half,
extent.
so he threw it at the lady because she didn't cut it in
Ah,
half.
that's a good reason. That's a good reason.
Now, when they did that to me, I handed it
I guess
back
we should
and
go to our
said,
first instance.
"Could you
Well-
cut it?"
Well,
in
it's like I
half?"
said too. Like
You gotta think
don't
it
see
out, though, that's the
Mexicans
problem.
out
There's
getting
so many-
sandwiches. I guess they do nowadays.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on there. So,
I just think back of my trade days working. They're not eating sandwiches. They got tortillas.
yeah.
They cook it
So,
up.
here's another one.
tamale in their pocket, or no, tamale that they wrap in corn.
Yeah.
thing.
Oh yeah. they-
Tamale and rock. They use it as like brass knuckles.
Well, no, when I worked with some Hispanics, and I would always be like, "Oh man, that looks fucking good," and then they gave me a bunch.
All
When
right.
I
Well,
said
that's
I
a
don't
good,
think
that's
there's
a
a lot
good
of-
story
I
right
don't
there.
think there's a lot of Mexicans in Florida. Don't they go to California?
Oh, this guy was named DeBarros.
Yeah, that's
so I
true.
mean,
It's
it could be
probably
Cuban.
They're Cuban or South American.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Colombian.
Yeah,
or-
something,
exactly.
yeah. I don't know what DeBarros is though. It's definitely
That's not Mexican.
It's not
No.
white.
No, it's not Mexican.
Okay, well, DeBarros is but you guys said white, so
It could have been
all of you
Sabaros.
piss off.
No.
He doesn't. I'll show
All
you
right,
a picture
that's
of
what
him
we
here.
got
You
the
want to
next
see what he
one.
looks like? Here.
That's okay. Our listeners at home don't.
Oh, sure.
No, that's so.
Right there. That's what he looks like.
You can pass
He
for a
could be
white,
white.
guy.
Yeah. but he's not white though. All right,
Well,
so
that one's a toss-up.
no,
Okay.
no, not at all. You guys all got it wrong.
Question one.
All right, next
Question
one.
1B.
Neighbor from hell threw pot of boiling oil over man's back and bid to go
Oh.
to prison.
In bid to go to prison.
Yes.
Wow. How do you sit? I mean, you see a guy coming with a pot of oil.
So wait.
I mean, coming with a pot of
he's-
something.
He might be sleeping. She
I guess
attacked
so,
him
yeah.
in his sleep.
This may be Hispanic.
Say that again. Read it again.
All right. Neighbor from hell threw pot of boiling oil
A neighbor.
over man's back and bid to go to prison.
Over man's back or neighbor's back?
Who's a
Neighbor from hell threw the pot over a man's back. Yeah.
Over man's back.
So, they
Was this
weren't-
like
It took me a
over-
while
Who
today.
would
weren't
do something
sleeping.
so?
Yeah, was this like over a fence or something?
It's so. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, boiling oil is very bad. I mean, that's worse
Medieval
than water.
shit.
Do we know
Yeah.
where this happened?
It was in London.
London.
I'll give you that. Usually I don't give that, but if Mary asked and my lawyer asked,
I'm gonna guess Indian.
That gives you another.
That's a pretty good guess, man.
They're usually not that mean, are they?
No, I mean they're in London. They're
Why was-
crazy. I
He
mean,
gives hints.
no
No,
hints.
no, it's not
no
a hint.
hints.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm
guess
gonna
Indian.
say not
London's the
Indian,
only
but
hint
what
you
are the Muslims that are taking over those London neighborhoods?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but
I don't know what they are though. They're not Iranians or they're not. Fuck, I can't think of it.
they got a lot of crazy shit going on. In
I think
London.
it's
I
one
don't
of
know.
those guys.
You think it's one of those guys?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if that's.
One of
I'm
those
going
ones
with
where
Joe.
if you go through their neighborhood, they chase after you. What do you think, Dal?
They say African American.
No,
No.
man. Did you ever
You
see
say
when,
Muslim? That's what you're saying.
You ever see
Is that
one
a
like
race?
those? Well, no, but those, those Sharia law guys that
They're
are with the
militant.
curved swords and stuff. I don't know what they are.
Asian?
You're not talking about like the Sikh or anything, but I don't think they're not Muslim.
But did you ever see when the guy from London goes through the neighborhood where he used to live in that got taken over, and they see him, and the guy calls down the block, and pretty soon they're flooding out of the houses and
Yeah,
they're
that's
taking his
Swarm 'em.
car.
Yeah, they don't like too kindly to people outsiders.
Sounds like an
coming into their
interesting
area.
video to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's a few years old, and it's pretty harsh, man. And he eventually had to punch it and get the hell out
Well,
of there because
the
they were
problem
going to
is-
fucking kill him.
Well, the problem is that they're just letting all these people in and they're taking over areas. You know what I mean? Because at least we're gonna.
Like
I mean,
was it Sweden? There was zero crime, none.
Yeah.
Nobody got murdered. Nobody got robbed.
No, it's horrible.
Well,
But Poland was the same way because they didn't let
Gangs.
anybody in.
And
yeah,
now,
now
vicious
Poland's up in
gangs.
arms right now. They're having a civil war.
the cat
almost.
is
Yeah.
pawing me.
What do you call it? So, what do you guys think?
I'm saying Indian.
yeah, I'm saying one of those guys from that
Swarthy
neighborhood.
guys?
Yeah,
Somebody
I'll
smart.
say like
desert rat guy.
I'll say Nigerian.
Nigerian. He was Portuguese.
Okay, which is almost Spanish.
Which, yeah, technically is almost Spanish. Yes, his
Portugal.
name was Ivan Bonaparte.
Nice.
He was
He
a-
carried out the horrific assault on his flatmate after he feared he would become homeless.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're
So
going to be
then-
homeless now, anyways,
That's a
buddy.
brutal crime.
No,
mean,
now
that
he gets
is-
to go to prison.
What's that?
He wanted
Well,
to
now
go to
he,
prison.
yeah, now he has
Yeah,
a place
that's
to
right.
live. He doesn't have to
Yeah.
worry about paying rent. You
But
know?
sir, you could have done it another way.
Yeah, there's
Oh
a
my-
million other
boiling
ways.
oil.
Oof.
I
Oh
mean,
man, buddy, I would have let you just stab me or something.
Really?
I mean, seriously, like I could have been like, all right, what do you here? Just do it right here.
Try not
and
to
I'll
hit
call
a
the
major
cops."
organ, and,
Yeah.
and I'll give you half rent for a month.
Yeah, and I'll
know?
give you
I
50
mean,
bucks.
What's
So,
the problem, dude?
they added that his Bonaparte's attack was motivated by a desire to get a long prison sentence and help and support.
Oh,
So this
he's
is
got
how
a
this
mental,
guy was.
he's
Yeah,
got
so
a mental
this
problem.
guy.
big
It sounds
time.
like this guy has.
Well,
mental
like the
problems.
rest of them. Yeah, and now they understand that They get catered to, so they do.
Well,
they
now they
pull
know
this
this
shit.
guy's a psychopath. That's the thing. Like, I mean, come on, this
Well,
is
yeah.
crazy.
Well, here,
that-
but here, the thing is, though, Needles, is they don't care. They know a lot of guys are psychopaths, like the guy that dressed as Michael Jackson and told everyone on the subway, "I'm going to fucking kill you," and then that kid Dan,
Dude that
The
choked him
white,
out.
yeah, the white guy.
you know, he's getting screwed.
He tried
like,
to subdue him,
Marine.
and he did it a
Accident-
little bit too
wait,
hard.
he-
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's
Yeah.
an American and
choked
a
the guy out.
Marine,
And
he
he's
happens
white.
to right. And
I mean, but obviously there were people saying that this guy was a menace on the train.
yeah, but here's
And
the
than
problem.
for their
More
life.
than
He doesn't
one.
get in any trouble whatsoever,
mean
and
to
he's
kill
got
him.
28, 34, 50 arrests, and this guy never did a damn thing wrong.
He's going to
Well,
work.
the one guy can't get in trouble anymore because they buried him already, didn't they?
Which
Didn't
one?
He got killed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Who?
They choked him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he choked him out. Yeah,
But
he
here's
choked
the
out-
problem:
but you
he
don't
should have
even
been
hear
in
about
some
that.
mental institution, and he might still
Yeah.
be
The
alive.
family did say that he had mental problems.
Yeah,
I mean, they
obviously.
said that.
Oh, and it was
He
So-
dressed like Michael Jackson and pretended he was Michael Jackson. On the alternate
Well, he was a
days, he
busker,
threatened
wasn't he?
everybody's life.
Yeah, he was
I
a
mean,
busker. I thought,
Yeah,
wasn't he? So-
and then on his days off, he fucking threatened to kill everyone
Yeah.
on the fucking whole train.
Sounds like
man.
a fine chap.
Yes. All right. So our next one is Georgia McDonald's shooting that killed mom of 4, sparked by argument over missing food.
Oof.
I mean, I'm going to say, well, you know what comes to
My
mind
knee
first.
jerk reaction is black.
Me too.
I mean, that just makes perfect
But you
sense.
know,
Is he trying
Needles
to fool
is
us?
trying to trick
Well,
us.
that's just saying,
though.
yeah, he's throwing curveballs
I always
here.
try to throw you guys
Oh,
off. That's the
I
fun
know,
about
yeah.
this.
But at the same time,
So-
it might be a trick too. It's so easy. It's obvious that I'm going to say black. I'm sticking with my first answer.
Yeah.
And the survey says no. You guys answered too.
I thought black was my first.
Okay.
Yeah, read it again one more time.
Georgia McDonald's shooting that killed mom of 4, sparked by argument over missing food.
I mean,
There's Georgia.
yeah,
Heartland.
Georgia.
Yeah.
that was my grandmother's name.
And we're good. Yeah, we're saying the same answer again. yeah.
Y'all going with black? African American? You guys are right. That was the easy one I was talking about. It was a rough news day today. You know, no one likes to roll on the Shabbos.
There was no unique out of the
No,
ordinary.
It was
but like I said, if I
McDonald's.
get a bunch of them now, so you all get a point. So now you.
Now, if
feel
you were
good.
saying somebody got shot in Gaza, I may have said like Israeli or something like that.
Yeah, Palestinian.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this might be the last one we'll see. Food Network star arrested on charges of strangulation, battery, and making terroristic threats against his wife. So a Food Network star
Okay, so it's a man. Well, maybe.
I just
Oh, yeah, his
arrested
wife.
on charges of strangulation, battery, and making terroristic threats against his wife.
Okay, Doll. Here's where you come in, but you don't watch the Food Network.
Yeah.
Do you know
they-
any of these cooks?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
okay, we got Emerald, we got Guy Fieri.
Oh,
right?
there's.
Is he a cook?
Let me, Larry. The
Or does he
Food
just
Network
eat a bunch of
universe
junk
is
guy? He
far,
doesn't really cook.
far
I'm saying
vast.
Indian guy.
he does both.
I just
Okay.
brought back memories of the 40-year-old virgin guy, the Indian guy that killed his ex-girlfriend or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
So it just reminds me of that. So I'm going Indian.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might go Indian too because
But
they.
okay. Is there an Indian guy that's
the
a
Food
star in the
Network,
Food
yeah.
Network?
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
there's a
There- yeah,
Larry. There's,
every
think about it. It's like the
nationality.
UN there. You know,
Okay,
Colors
I
of
don't know.
Benetton
Any
and Food
nationality.
Network.
I've never seen it.
Everything is except
All
they
right,
don't
well,
have
then
what's
I'm
her,
going to go Chinese guy.
what's the lady they don't have on
Asian.
anymore? Who was the butter lady? Dean,
Oh,
Paula
yeah,
Dean.
Paula Dean.
She was on Food Network for a while.
Butter
And then,
sticks.
yeah, and then she said some pretty racy things.
She said some off-color comments.
Well,
Literally.
which
Literally off.
which
color.
Cat Williams is fine with.
What's that?
Cat
Did you
Williams
remember
loves
that?
Paula Dean.
Do you remember that when he,
He
said
says,
that?
"Hey, man."
It's like I don't know who she was talking to.
No, I mean,
It's kind of funny.
everybody
Kinda
takes
comical.
everything out of context. But you know what? You
Of
should,
course.
if you're going to say stuff, always look over your shoulder. So, what are we going to do now? Or what's
Yeah, start every joke like this.
So-
Yeah, or record yourself and put it on YouTube.
what was the guess now on that one about the Food Network
I say-
star?
I'm thinking it's a. What was the crime
you said
again, man?
Chinese?
I say Indian.
Not I'm not going to narrow it down to Chinese because they might have a Japanese guy on there too. So I'm going to say, Oriental.
He said
chap.
Asian. I say I'm with Kiki with
Indian?
Indian.
You're all wrong. Darnell Ferguson, African American. Isn't that crazy though? Listen to this.
Terroristic threat.
Charges of strangulation, battery, and making terroristic threats.
Man.
What's
I
a
mean, we're like-
terroristic threat?
I'm gonna
That's
blow
a
this
trifecta.
block up. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like, I'm gonna blow
you
up
know
the
what?
federal building.
If you would have said something like that, I would have
Well,
been
I'm
like,
joking.
all right, yeah, I couldn't see the black person. I'm gonna blow this whole damn neighborhood up.
One time, me and Mark
Look
were
at that.
walking
Oh,
into
okay, yeah.
we were walking
Very
into
funny.
the Avalon to see some punk show. You know, when we were younger, and some black guy's like, "You got a cigarette?" And I'm like, "No, man." He goes, "You don't give me a fucking cigarette, I'm gonna blow up Belmont Avenue. Be gone when you come out of your little concert."
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot
That's
of
how that's-
explosives, though,
But
man.
that's-
That's,
I said.
but
And you
that's
know
how
how to
they
do this?
react. I'm gonna blow the entire block up. Fuck this
It
shit.
was
This
great.
is very silly that's a very specific threat that this man made, though, right?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's kind of jarring to think of that like that.
it was quite jarring. But,
Okay, I'll give you
we
one
knew that
more.
He wasn't gonna.
Got one more for you.
I kind of had a feeling Belmont Avenue.
So
was
what's the
still gonna-
score?
Well,
We only got
guys-
one right.
I think we have each. We all
You only got one right. No, you guys got okay, so the African American. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'm doing
it.
pretty good today. All right. Elderly couple banned facing battery charges after wild day at Disney.
elderly couple, battery charges, Disney.
Elderly couple banned facing battery charges after wild day at Disney.
Sounds like a white folks.
Asians
We
love
talked about
Disney.
those gangs at Disney. You ever see that? Where they all wear like leather vests? Remember?
I think they're
It's
black.
crazy.
What?
I think they're black.
Yeah, they have like gangs that go to Disney.
They wear like the same colored
vests
shirts,
and they
or
all like they go
yeah.
every day. It's pretty
Oh
crazy.
my lord!
Yeah, the Disney adults.
Mickey
freak me out.
Mouse Club gang.
Yeah,
The Mickey
So-
Mouse gang.
Well,
instead of
wait,
the
so
club.
Disneyland
Walt Disney World.
World. Which word is that? California or Florida?
Florida. What do you say, Mayor?
Elderly couple. They're both banned for doing what?
Battery.
Battery charges after wild day at Disney.
I'm saying white people.
I'm sticking with black.
I was
just
There's
saying-
so
because-
many people. That
Is
go
it
to-
gonna
you know
be
what
the
I mean?
trifecta
And you
of
see
black, you know,
and you
I'm
see
gonna
all
say
these
black.
videos now that come out of Disney. People just fighting at the happiest place in the
Yeah,
world, right?
it's the most
Well,
dangerous place
yeah,
on earth. I've
technically
never
not
for
really
children.
seen. I've never really seen films of packs of white people fighting. Though. Anytime I've seen
Yeah,
it,
it's
it's been
usually
packs
black.
of black people fighting, and
Yeah.
most of the time it's whole families fighting
Yeah.
whole fucking.
Yeah, they're going
families.
at each other,
Yeah.
like, which is
They
crazy.
they kind of love that shit.
Okay.
Well, they do. You think about it. I could see.
I
them
don't know
going,
about to love that shit, but
I
it
could
just
see the
seems
car
like,
ride home and like getting home. They, man, they
I
I
don't
just think-
stop.
fucking better.
well,
They
I
was
just-
spending Space Mountain
Yeah,
that
I
last
just
fight.
okay. I just think that you know what, you're on vacation. You got all these people with you. You're spending a shit ton of money to go to Disney. I mean, to eat meals and do all this stuff. Everybody's on
Everybody
edge.
loves, yeah.
You know
But
what I
here's-
mean? Like-
yeah, you wait 2 hours in a ride that
Yeah.
lasts 30 seconds. It's like,
Get-
oh
just-
man,
people spend $10,000, $15,000
you want
to
to
go
choke
to
the
Disney.
ticket taker.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should've
And
yeah.
then you have
warned
to
you.
buy like a
So
fast
eventually,
pass.
eventually you got to choke somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of.
Anybody could blow, but I'm guessing, if it was a man and a woman
All right, so
getting the battery.
what's your guess, Larry?
charges. Black.
Black, African American,
African-American.
Kiki.
Well, I'd say black over African American, but
Okay,
I'd say I think it's white people.
okay, Mary.
I'll go African American black.
Kiki's right.
Okay.
So they started basically a fight and a scene. They were drinking. Okay. They started to kick this lady in the buttocks because they weren't moving fast enough.
No, my lord.
But
Yeah, because the line's going somewhere.
so it was identified Mikhail Guthrie and wait a second, the elderly couple Bruce and Nancy. So
Nice.
they attacked a Hispanic woman because she
So
wasn't moving
rude.
fast enough.
So wait, an elderly, like, did these elderly couple have kids with them or something? Or
No, they
just
were by
like-
themselves.
What?
That should right away. They should
So,
have been locked
it
up
all-
for upon entrance.
It started over a saved seat. They were saving a seat for somebody, and somebody wanted to sit down.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like the old school Chicago chair in the parking spot.
Yeah.
You know, and people put their chair
Someone's
down.
got
you don't touch
dibs
it.
on their spot.
Yeah,
and if
you're
you
gonna get
move
shot for
thing,
moving
yes,
that thing. You
will
don't do
die.
that at all.
Oh, funny. I learned
I
this-
shoveled this spot, and if someone parks there,
Mm-hmm.
they're dead.
I remember my dad, like in the city, they used to put like the what the hell, like the horses with the
Yeah.
strobe light on them.
Yes.
Can't park up to here. My dad just, I get out of the car, move that over
To the
so
next
past
spot.
my car.
Yeah, to the
and I think
next
like
spot.
everybody used to do that until it's like at the end of the street.
Yeah, yeah.
It's,
You gotta get away with the system. You know, rig it a little bit.
Game
you
in the
can get away
system.
with it back then.
They ought to be a lemming, right?
It's called game
Yeah.
in the system.
There
Yeah.
you go. What time are we at?
54 minutes.
Oh,
This
wow,
kid,
that went
you're
by
like, he's like
quick.
clockwork. He gets it like 54, 56.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did go by. Yeah.
It went by very quick.
I think he's got a timer in his ass or something that vibrates.
Yes.
It
No,
doesn't
just a
seem
butt
like
plug.
the best podcast.
Yeah, it's the butt plug, and on
Yeah,
the
that's
bottom
fast.
it's got like the one you turn,
Yep, that's it. It's got the timer on it.
clicks away.
Okay, there, I don't know what kind of
This
experience you
wasn't
have with this.
Well, no, that's the
What's
one I
that?
bought you for
This doesn't
Christmas.
seem like the best podcast. Wasn't very funny.
Thanks, Mary.
Sometimes,
My lawyer.
sometimes I guess we suck.
Well, I think there's other variables involved today, so that's why it's, I gotta
Below
try. I
zero.
gotta keep these boys in line, if you know what I
Below
mean.
zero.
Because they just sit there and look at each other.
No way, man. I talk. You
I was trying to
filled up
hold
the
hands.
time.
I know.
We wouldn't
Yeah,
go for it.
I didn't know. I would have put this down. I would have put these headphones down, Kiki, if I knew that.
You just keep on squeezing them for dear life, like you're Lenny again with the
Well, no,
rabbit.
because I'm ready to put them on or something. and-
Okay, well that's good. You should put them on. Then. Do
But,
you want to do your shout
Yeah, I
outs?
should. We want to thank
Yeah, thank everybody
God.
for listening.
Yes, everybody for listening. Thank God. Thank Jesus for this day. Everybody should right now
Thank Russ.
Jesus.
Shout out Russ after I told him we'd do that.
Yes, Russ. Thank Russ before we thank the Holy Spirit.
Is he listening in
Yes,
Thailand,
he will
yeah.
be
The
other
listening in
side of the
Thailand.
world?
My nephew Alex, No Shirt Nick, Jeff, Stoney, that's my drummer buddies, Bobby, No Filter Frank, Kiki, he's right here. My dad, Groucho, Chris, Matt, Dave, Zodiac, Mr. X, of course, Mary. Thank you for sitting
Thank you,
in
Mary,
today.
Thank you.
for telling us we're not funny.
Harmony. Yes.
Love
which
it.
is pretty funny.
Helena.
Yeah, which is even the funnier part of
Yeah,
everything.
that's my best part.
Yes.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Sherry, thanks, Sherry. You're a doll. Jay, Chrissy, Becky. Jay, you're a doll too. Tiffany, Georgie, Swordhog, my cousin Richie, Ujavel,
Hope you got those rupees we sent you in prison.
the
your commissary is
the
going on.
commissary in the
You can get some
Indian
hair
prison
gel.
system is so cheap,
And a
dude.
silk shirt, maybe.
Yeah, he did.
And those Bollywood tapes we sent you.
Carlo, David, and Camille, those guys at the coffee shop, cool cats. And we want to, of course, we got to mention Tom's Free Clinic, Automotive, and Veterinarian Services for paying for the studio time for us.
If your dog's got the runs and your dog looks like a plum, call Tom's Free Clinic.
Yes, they won't tell anybody about any coincidental wounds.
They don't answer
between
to
you or-
anybody.
It's confidential, very
Get your oil
confidential.
changed too
Yeah.
while you're there. He's running a special this week. Oil filter, $20.
In one
Yes.
door, in one door, out the other.
That's right. Tom's is confidential and not affiliated with anything.
All right, well, thanks for listening. We
Yes.
love you.
Hey, and don't forget, why don't somebody subscribe? Maybe you could subscribe or
Like,
maybe
follow, subscribe, tell a friend.
tell your friends,
Tell somebody you don't like.
Yeah, if you got an enemy, you
Yeah.
tell them about us.
A frenemy,
A frenemy,
anyone.
ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, someone,
Ever send us nudes.
Yeah.
Or just share them with us.
Thank you for tuning into the Larry and Neil Show. Are we going to do a little,
Should I do a song?
yeah, you can.
Oh, I forgot I did songs yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta write this stuff down.
Your girlfriend, she dresses like a baby. Why she lay in that crib? She be lazy. Get off food stamps. Get off food stamps. They don't pay the bills. She got no frills. Just nappies.
Yeah, she's making the bills, shitting in nappies.
She needs, you can't buy nappies with food stamps. Oh, wait, maybe you can.
Yeah, you probably could. I don't know how things work in London.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
you
they probably
can.
want the old
Well, especially-
kind, the cloth kind, not those Pampers fake,
Well, they got adult nappies, I'm sure.
Sure they
Well,
do.
they do, obviously. We just wrote a story about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's shut this bitch down.
I'm wearing a pair right now.
Yeah. Dude,
I wouldn't- you know what,
I remember
yeah.
going to Costco and I saw pallets of adult diapers, and I'm like, you guys sell this much? The lady behind the desk is like, they'll be gone in a week.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Damn.
what?
People are
Yeah.
incontinent, man.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Well,
It's getting old.
and on that thought,
Yeah.
Have a great day.
have a great
Yeah.
evening.
Sunday fun day.